Hello everybody and welcome back to building tutorials. And today I'm going to be working on building some more of the Minecraft post office. I feel like the post office is kind of done now. It's more of the redstone work with like all the tracks and stuff. That's what I'm mainly going to be working on, and I'm hoping to get that all done today. I don't know if today's going to be the final episode of the post office, but I kind of want to get this done soon because it's basically finished. Like the entire building, I think, is pretty much done. We just have to get all the redstone technical stuff figured out, and then it'll be good. And then I can move on to my next build, which if you want to post in the comments for other builds for me to work on, you can see some of the stuff that I've done in the past. Like we've got some rockets, we got a store over there, we got houses, a plane. There's all sorts like different builds. The biggest one so far has been the Minecraft Zoo, but I'm gonna be starting a new build soon. So if you want to vote for something you want me to try and build, go ahead and put it in the comments. But let's move on to the post office here. So last episode, I worked on building these tracks, and it was very complicated. So I've made it a lot easier to try and build this. So basically, my idea is to just have one main track. Instead of having it switch off into multiple different places, we're just going to have one main track that every so often will have like kind of like a split like this that splits the track into going either straight. So if I flip this, it's going to go straight and continue on. Or if I flip it again, it's going to turn and go into this house to their mailbox, which is over here. So I'm going to have to put chests at like all the different houses. But basically what I'm going to do today, I'm going to be building a few of these like stopping stations, I guess we'll call them. But basically this is how like the mail trucks are going to come and drop off their stuff. So off camera, I worked on setting up this. So right now there's nothing in this chest, and there shouldn't be anything in any of these droppers. And there shouldn't be anything in the hoppers either. So those should all be empty. But basically what this is it's a little elevator that sends items upwards into the chest. So the way you do this is you have to use droppers, and you take these hoppers here, which this is going to be from the track. This is another thing. We'll start with this. This is really simple. So this basically turns this rail on and off. As you can see, moving this block will turn that off. But basically what it does is when the mail truck comes onto this platform, it's going to dump items in here. And then as soon as it does that, it's going to detect that there's items in here, which is then going to activate this redstone torch, which will turn off this signal here. So it's constantly on, but as soon as an item goes into here, you'll see it turns off for like a split second, and then it turns back on. And that dirt should be in here. Yeah, here's the dirt. So then the next step is it goes into here, which then gets detected by this comparator here, which then sends a redstone signal over here into this block, which then goes on to this repeater, which I put a 1-tick delay. I was doing some testing with this, and I had it on like no delay, and the items were getting like clogged in here. So you might want to mess around with the delay a little bit, but I have it on just like 1 tick of delay. And then basically what it does is it goes into these observers. So the cool thing about the observer blocks is that they see changes. So if this redstone activates, it sees that as a change, which then activates this dropper here, which then goes up into this dropper, which then this sees another redstone as a change because it's seeing the same redstone. And so then that one sees this as a change, which then activates this, which goes into there. It's very complicated, but it works, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick test to see if this all works together, because I haven't done that yet. So we're going to use, I'm just going to use like truck 2, because I feel like I've used like truck 1 for a lot of the examples. And maybe truck 3. Why is there an arrow in here? I have no idea. Maybe we could send that in the truck. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to throw some items in here. So let's just throw like an observer. We'll put the dropper in there. And we'll just, like, throw all the redstone. So all that's going to go into there. It should all be in the truck. So now what I need to do is I need to come over here and flip. Is it lever 2? No, it's not lever 2. It's lever 1, I think. Okay, no. Okay. They both need to be off. So they're both off for the truck to leave. Okay, perfect. So now I press lever 2. I really have to get a sign so I can figure out how that works because it is a little bit complicated. But as you can see, the truck is going. Is actually going to have enough power. I haven't put all the power rails in, so I'm just going to push it real quick. And did you drop everything off that quick? Wait, hold on. No, you didn't. Get back over here. Why? You need to go over here and you need to drop off all your stuff. There we go. Yeah, I think it was going a little bit too fast. Now it should have put everything in here. Where did all this come from? I don't know why, but we have apparently a shell. We got a fish. Wait, was this from my other example? Was that last episode or was that the episode before? I don't remember, but I think those are from my last example. Apparently they were still in here. So that works. I think it's because it was going too fast is the reason why it didn't work the first time. Let me just try it one more time. We're just going to throw some stuff in there, but it should work. If I push that on there, yeah. So if it goes a little too fast, it will kind of like slip off of there, but that should have gotten rid of everything and it should have gone in here. Yes, perfect. So it does work. I have to note that it needs to go a little bit slow. Otherwise, it will bounce off this block and then head back that way, which is not what we want. So the next thing I need to do is I need to set up how we're going to send them back. So the way they're supposed to go back is they're technically supposed to be on that track over there. So the way I'm going to set that up is not connect this. This is not supposed to be connected here. That was just for the test. That's going to connect up over the here. The way this is going to work is we're going to have a turn here. This is going to be one of our turns. So right here is going to be a turn. And this is where all the redstone is going to go into there to the control room to where we're going to flip all the levers. So I'm going to have a big wall with a whole bunch of levers. And I think to make it easier, we're only going to do this side of town because it's going to be very complicated to have like a whole bunch of levers to do everything. So we're only going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I kind of want to make it 10. So, you know, we'll do 9 for now. I think should be fine. So we're basically going to have 9 levers. So let me go and put these 9 levers down just so I kind of have them set up. So over here in the control room, we're going to have a panel. I think I'm going to put it here. So we're going to have 9 levers. Okay. This is where it's going to get complicated because the thing about the levers is that each lever that I put is going to have redstone coming out behind them. Kind of like these ones over here. And then we're just going to have like all these wires coming out of the side of the building, which is fine. But if I do what I did with these and put them on the ground, then the redstone's already underground. I don't have to deal with like having all these wires out the back. I don't know if that'll work, but I might be able to wire that. I'm gonna worry about that later. I'm gonna worry about doing the wiring later because it's gonna be really interesting to try to figure out how to wire them without the wires crossing. Because redstone in Minecraft is kind of difficult to build without things like touching to each other and have them close. So let's work on setting up this. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to need 1 track. And I can't go through here because of this redstone. Unless I move it, which I might be able to put it back over here. But I'm worried that it's going to mess with that redstone. So I kind of want to keep it here for now. So I think I'm going to put the return on this side. And I got to remember, wherever I put the return, I got to make sure that it's not going to collide into the other tracks. So basically, what this is going to do is there's going to be a switch here to when the cart comes in. So it's going to come in like this, and then it's basically just going to go back out there. So it's a one-way track. So you go in, and then as soon as you go out, it's going to go straight this way, which then is going to head straight back here to where we're going to have another track over on this side. This can get filled in now that I've kind of showed how this is built. So I'm just going to block this up with dirt. But basically, this track is going to go back over here, and then it's going to come over to this track, which I kind of filled this in, but I kind of need to break it again. Actually, should I just send this straight? No, because I think it's going to run into that. So I'm just going to move it over to about here. Basically the same place it was like last episode. But this is just going to go straight this way. And this is just going to take all the trucks going into there. I'm going to put power rails and stuff in there later. But this track here should be able to turn and go that way. So we don't have to really change any of this with redstone, which is good. We kind of just have it. No, pig. Oh, he didn't fall in. That's good. I'm worried that the pigs are going to end up like falling down here and getting stuck, which he probably will find a way. So this is the mail truck. It's going to come down here and it should go straight through. Oh, great. It's going to fall off the track. Build some track. There we go. It's still going to go. But basically, it's either going to go straight, or if I send it back this way over to my other one, I can show you. Well, it's not technically supposed to go back, is it? Alright, so if it goes back here and then goes on that, it'll get sent back this way. I'll need some power rails, but it'll basically go back on this return track, which will then head, well, it's gonna head back. But basically, it's gonna head up here and then head back into there. That's basically how this is supposed to be set up. And I'll do, at the very end, I will do a demonstration of running through all of this to show you that it all works. But for now, we're going to work on building, where is the mailbox? It's right here. So I'm going to be building basically what I did over here. So we're going to start by adding the droppers. So we need to clear out a little bit of this area just so we can get the droppers in. Alright, so I should hopefully have everything. So if I build this over here, we need to now build, I don't have any hoppers, so I'm going to have to get some of those. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these droppers and you're going to put them straight into the chest. You're going to need one down here. And then here's where the hoppers are going to be. So hopper 1 and then hopper 2. And then the power rail is going to go on top of there. So I don't need any more droppers. So I'm going to come over here, grab up one of these hoppers, and then put hoppers along here. And then right here is going to be one of the power rails, and then we're going to put a block. So now I'm going to show you how to build kind of like the stopper, and then this is the return track. So as soon as this is done, assuming that this doesn't lead into there, it might cause some problems, but basically I need to put a comparator here, which then will send a redstone signal to here, which then will activate that redstone torch, which then sends power into that block, which then sends power into this repeater, which then this block sends into there. And I don't think that should mess with this track, which is good. So now what I need to do is I need to make the return track, which I think I can put it here. Oh, right. Can you not do that? Alright, so the return track's going to be here. So as you can see, it's a one-way track. So the truck comes in, goes here, unloads, then goes back over here, and then straight down that way back to the post office. So that's the kind of like automatic unloading system set up. So we can go ahead and cover up all of this now. And now for the more complicated bit, which is kind of like the little item elevator over here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start with our observer. So the observer needs to be looking this way. So as you can see, the face, we're going to call this the face. So this little arrow is kind of like pointing where the redstone signal's at. So the redstone signal is on the back of like the face. So if the face is here, that is good. So we're basically going to put the redstone there. As you can hear, it's already activated. So if I go and put our repeater, not a repeater, our comparator there. And then we put our block here. And then we do another bit of redstone here. And then we do a block here. And then the repeater goes here with 1 tick of delay. That should be that setup. So now that should activate, not that one, the one underneath there. That's going to be activating that dropper. So then what I need to do is I need to put another, that's not facing the right way. It needs to be facing down. So I need to get a little bit more room here. So I'm going to have to like break this just so I can kind of build up here. So basically you want to place it facing downwards. So as you can see, the little redstone signal is on the top and the face should be underneath. You can't really see it, but the face is down there. Then you're going to put redstone on there, and then I placed it the wrong way. You're supposed to place this on the redstone. So if I do that, the face should be here. So that's basically how you build this. And then we can just go and block up all this now. And this should work. So if I throw, let's just say this dirt in there. Did it make it? I think it made it in. So there we go. Dirt is in here. So if I just throw like all of this in there, throw some dirt, the observer, all of that should end up in here. There we go. We got our observer, our dirt, and our redstone. So that's basically how we make that. So now what I need to do is I now need to do that to basically all the other houses. So I think I'm going to do that mostly off camera. I've showed you how to do one of them. So then you could basically just duplicate that for all the other houses. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did here. Send all the returns going into this track. So I'm going to have a track here that leads all the way along here. And then we can send all of the trucks back into there. And then next episode, I'll kind of like show... I guess next episode is going to be probably the finale. We'll show how all this works. And I'll put the power rails in. I might do the power rails next episode, actually. So you can see all different power rails. So I'm going to go and end the episode here. So make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.